Hi, this is Dan Molina, and welcome to Evans City, the city of black gold. Black gold because of the oil that was produced here in the late 1800s. Evans City is also the most special part on the world in terms of scary movies. So in fact, Night of the Living Dead, a movie that was produced by George Romero and released in 1968, was in fact produced and filmed here in Evans City. So come with me and learn more about this special town and why we should be the next town on the Hometown Makeover, and learn more about the city and the people that make up Evans City. So come with me.
All right, good morning, everybody. So I am here with Dean Zinkan. And Dean is the mayor of Evans City, and I wanted to spend just a minute or two with Dean to let him tell you why he's the mayor and what makes Evans City so special. So Dean, go ahead.
Hi, good morning everybody, and I'm glad to be here, especially with and thanking HGTV to be a nice program that maybe we can get some help here in Evans City. We have a nice community here. We have just put in a nice swimming pool and park and are still working on that. And I love this community because the people are so nice and friendly. You walk down the street and everybody wants to shake your hand. It's a nice small community. I've been very fortunate to live here all my life. I've worked here all my life, and I love what I do just because of the people in our town. I grew up here, and we have some homes, as you can see here. At one time was under the oil well and had Main Street and houses built during the time of the oil well boom. Now some of those are getting a little, what do I want to say, a little bad. Some of them have been kept up to the Victorian style of homes in our lovely borough. We are now just a transit area where we have a main route 68 running through Evans City, and we seem like some of our businesses are folding, so we don't have any people really stopping at the restaurant is what we need, and a grocery store. I thank you, HGTV, again for all your loveliness to make and help. Hopefully it is our town that we can do a refacing. Thank you.
Awesome. Dean, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to Evans City. This is Dan Molina. Thank you for joining me on this tour. So off on the left-hand side here, we have the Coffee Break and the Living Dead Museum. I'll be talking to some people in the coffee break. I'll be doing some interviews later, and I'll be telling you more about the Living Dead Museum and the impact it had on Evans City. This building here on the right is an old hotel. It's been here for a long time. It definitely needs some renovation. This building here used to be a movie theater. It now is a place for a couple of small businesses. Up on the top of the hill here, we have a piece of land as is basically where a church used to stand, and the church in fact burnt down last year. So right here is where that church used to stand. But that's it right now for Evans City. I'll be back in touch with some other interviews coming up. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Dan Molina here. I have the pleasure of sitting with Gary Schreiner, one of the original investors of Night of the Living Dead. So Gary, go ahead, take it away.
Well, it's an interesting, everything happens in circles and cycles, and the fact that this community embraced the production of Night of the Living Dead in the first place up here, it is a terrific indication of what kind of a community in fact it is. We fully embraced, and the reciprocal benefits of that is a project that is known now around the world, has had impact on thousands and millions of people right out of this little town. So we're very proud of that. It's been accepted by the Museum of Modern Art. They restored the film, and I don't think that it could have happened without the camaraderie that happened between our production company and this little town.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it really started a pop culture. Wouldn't you agree, Gary?
Oh, absolutely. It is. Yes, it spawned. It was the beginning of a whole new genre of horror films, and horror films now have a much different impression than they had at one point in time. They've become quite popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very proud of the fact that we kind of tripped that off and started that right here in Evans City.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for being one of the original investors in the movie itself. And actually, you do have a cameo appearance in that movie, we know. But
yeah, if you can find it, I'll give you a nickel.
Thank you so much. And, yes, and we'll make that come true. But thank you for your time this morning. Thank you. This is the hill that goes up to the Evans City Cemetery, where the Night of the Living Dead was filmed in that cemetery. The next picture you're going to see on the screen here is a picture of the chapel. This chapel was not used today for services. It needs to have some rehab work done to it to bring it to, operational, but it is a very nice building. This next building here is the actual museum for the living dead. So this is founded in Evans City because of the movie. I've got some pictures of some t-shirts and some things that go on in here, and once a year there is a weekend dedicated to the Night of the Living Dead. So here is some snapshots of some t-shirts that you can buy in that museum. That's Evans City Zombie Ground Zero. This is one of the actors in the movie saying something there, and this is another picture of the actual Living Dead that Evans City is proud of. This next picture is inside that museum. This is what's called the Mall of Fame. This is all the fingerprints and handprints of all the actors, movie actors in that movie. The next picture you're going to see on the screen is a picture of a one-room schoolhouse. This was used way back in the day. This definitely needs to be updated. We would love to move it. We have a piece of property to move it to. That would be one of the items we'd like to have addressed in the hometown makeover. This is an old hotel that definitely needs some updating. Currently, it's the magistrate's office. Here is what used to be our only supermarket in town, which unfortunately is closed. The owner retired and sold the building, and we no longer have a supermarket. Again, another opportunity for Evans City. Here are some folks at the coffee break on a Saturday morning, just enjoying some coffee, neighborhood conversation with one another. This next picture are some folks that raised over $72,000 as volunteers to help us remodel the pool, the Edco pool, and some other things in Evans City. All that money stayed in Evans City. Okay, this morning I'm at the Coffee Break House with Braden from Evans City. So Braden, tell me, what do you love about Evans City?
Well, we have a pool for Evans City, and almost everybody here in Evans City is our friends, so we all know each other. And our dean is really nice.
Awesome. Okay, anything else you want to say real quick?
Not that far from everywhere that you want to go to.
That's close.
Like,
Awesome.
for example, high school, because you have to do something there.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much. All right, you have yourself a great day. All right, I am here with Amy at the coffee break. And so Amy, tell me, what do you love about Evans City?
Well, I grew up here. I know everyone here, and we're really trying to be community oriented and revitalize our town. And we're all working together for the same effort. Last year we saved our pool, and this year we're working towards other renovations and projects that can make Evans City even better than it is now.
Awesome. I mean, you've raised over $72,000, right, for this little town. That is
My
just
friend Shelly
awesome.
and I, we've raised $72,000 in the last 3 years. All of that money stays within the local area.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all you do. We're glad to have you here, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so thank you so much, HGTV, for spending some time with for all of us here at Evans City. We just want to say thank you for your consideration. We have 5 areas that we would like some help with if we were to win this contest. And these are areas that would bring a lot of value to the residents and to our community. Our restaurant, a local small restaurant, which we don't have downtown. We have some possibilities for it, but we don't have a current restaurant. Our supermarket, which was recently closed, we could certainly use to revitalize that, to reopen that. The one-room schoolhouse, we would like to have that updated, renovated, and moved to a different piece of property closer to town, which we have some land for, but we don't have the funds to move it or update it at this time. We have a really nice park right alongside the creek, and we can use some park updates that we've recently done as well, but we would continue with those park updates. And lastly, Christmas is really big for us here in Evans City, and we we had a flood 2 years ago that took out our Christmas lights. So last year we did our best to put up some pine branches and a candle, but we don't have any Christmas lights. So we're currently raising some money for the Christmas lights. So these are some things to think about. A lot of upside here. The community is absolutely committed to helping and assisting. So if you were to come to town and help us out, you would have a lot of community support. And I think what's most important here is this is an investment in this city that will be maintained and so much appreciated for years to come, because this community is pretty involved with its current activities, and no doubt we would so much appreciate any effort to help us, and we would absolutely maintain the level that HGTV can bring to hear us in Evans City. So thank you again. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope you learned something about Evans City. Maybe you might want to go watch the movie Night of the Living Dead. But nonetheless, Dan Bellina here. Just wanted to say thank you so much and look forward to hearing from you. So thank you.